They're often old and often rich, taking young uns, playing the bitch. Hands are roaming, zippers down, filthy fuckers fooling round. One arrested, died in jail, had the money, denied the bail. Friends in places everywhere, orange faces, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. Witnesses and victims too, talk of prezzies and who's who. Bible thumpers preaching wild, but quick at shifting someone's child. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. Never done it once before, dribbling drool behind closed door. Russian prozzies got him wet, all on film, now Putin's pet. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. He'll be long gone, for truth comes out. Corporal bone spurs gone deep south. His love of children now graver views. They'll just pretend it's all fake news. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. What's the answer? Is there one? Rich can always buy them some. Doesn't matter if it's young, they'll get away with all their fun. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. At least now I understand, holding small peepees takes little hands. While he eats out their happy meals, he makes them eat his orange peel. Bleedin' pedos, side-combed hair. Bleedin' pedos everywhere. Bleedin' pedos, White House bound. Bleedin' pedos, orange and round. She awoke to the rhythm of a movement beside. Whatever he's doing, he is trying to hide, but his breathing betrayed him. She knew what was real. He was beating his meat and enjoying the feel. He was lost in the moment, the five-fingered shuffle, getting so close and working those knuckles. His mind was in places that only he knew, destroyed the bed sheets when he finally blew. Choking the chicken, polishing the jewels, burping the worm, playing with his tools. Made as out flying solo, had gone to warp 5, searching for the big O-E. He went to the closet, whatever for, when he caught her alone there on the floor. She was playing the glitter with something inside. He just let her finish while watching and hide. He was spanking the monkey, she was flipping the bean. She fulfilled the passion of his thoughts and dreams. He was straining the cabbage, rubbing one out, betrayed by escape in his mouth. Choking the chicken, polishing the jewels, burping the worm, playing with his tools. Maynard's à moi, out flying solo, had gone to warp 5, searching for the big O. His mom interrupted while he was in full swing. He was jerking the jerkin right there in mid-sin, his pants at his ankles and the milkman in hand. She almost fainted, said, "I can't understand." Choking the chicken, polishing the jewels, playing with his tools. Maynard's à moi, out flying solo, had gone to warp 5, searching for the big O. She was ringing the doorbell when her brother walked in, rubbing the knob in her mind in full spin. Her fantasy working was getting her there. She was over the edge and could no longer care. Choking the chicken, polishing the jewels, playing with his tools. Maynard's à moi, out flying solo, had gone to warp 5, searching for the big O.
Another night of messed up sleep, not much more than a snooze. Can't recall the last date I got, I've gotten used to lose. I fall in bed real early, then fall asleep real fast. The problem is the waking up when sleep time just won't last. I'm awake inside an hour, too much on my mind, things I've done or yet to do, nothing soft or kind. I toss and turn to make it back, but it rarely ever works, as in the darkness of the room my latest worry lurks. Distressed insomnia plays within my mind, steals away my restful sleep, almost by design. Distressed insomnia, worries unresolved, can't find resolutions, failures unabsorbed. It's been like this for many years, each night it all resumes. By the end of each day now, I'm left to run on fumes. It's stealing years from my life, keeps my heart living in stress. The pressure's there each morning, on issues unaddressed. Distressed insomnia plays within my mind, steals away my restful sleep, almost by design. Distressed insomnia, worries unresolved, can't find resolutions, failures unabsorbed. The thoughts that keep me awake are mostly pretty rough, pull on conscience all the time, no approach enough. I struggle without answer, frustration dominates, love's an issue's unresolved, pain that lies in wait. Distressed insomnia plays within my mind, steals away my restful sleep, almost by design. Distressed insomnia, worries unresolved, know one day it all will end as I find my final sleep. But until that final moment, the worries I will keep. I don't have the ability to handle all on me. Perhaps that's what overcomes me in darkness finally. Distressed insomnia plays within my mind, steals away my restful sleep, almost by design. Distressed insomnia, worries unresolved, can't find resolutions, failures unabsolved. Oh. 2004, I almost fucking died. And ever since, my moments have been on borrowed time. Don't get me wrong, some moments have been good, but the life I've been living is not one that I should. Thanks to modern surgeries, I'm one who has survived. 100 years beforehand, I would not be alive. Those who sadden at my death would be over it by now, but their grievance still awaits them. One day anyhow, it's my final destination, where I cheated death. A final destination, I continue to draw breath. A final destination, I continued with my song. A final destination, but I wish that I was gone. I don't know what the value is that I am still alive. I've hurt more than I've helped as I continue to survive. Folks continue to be ignored, hurt or let down. Experiences with me, mostly causing frowns. It's my final destination, where I cheated death. A final destination, I continue to draw breath. A final destination, I continued with my song. A final destination, but I wish that I was gone. I can't see a reason beyond the care I give to loves and wild creatures as reasons that I live. And those would do without me, they'd manage pretty fine. They managed fine before me, perhaps in different times. To say that I'm irrelevant might be a little harsh, but beyond some mere conveniences, wouldn't others do their part? If death had had its prize that day, my loss have gone unnoticed. Today would be irrelevant to a life that's now dismissed. It's my final destination, where I cheated death. A final destination, I continue to draw breath. A final destination, I continued with So maybe if I went back to where I almost died, removed the wording almost, and the surgeons merely tried, would it have been so awful? Was there something left unearned? Lives would have continued, the world would still have turned. It's my final destination, where I cheated death. A final destination, I continued to draw breath. A final destination, I continued with my song. A final destination. But I wish that I was gone. It's hard to imagine a worse run of luck. Makes me wish there was a God so I could pose. What the fuck? I'm not another moaner, I just don't wanna be. But the most unbelievable shit keeps happening to me, yeah. Short of loved ones being dead, injured, feeling bad. I can't imagine things much worse, a life just being more sad. I know that there are happy times, it's not completely bad. And I try to keep counting them, the good times that I've had. I wanna win tomorrow, I love to win today. Yeah, I like to win sometime. Yeah, I need a special day. I wanna win tomorrow, I love it goes my way. Yeah, I like a break from losing, I need a small fair play. Yeah. The problem is in recent times there are few and far between. All the shit that's happening has been so downright mean. I know I'm not the only one stuck in shit like this. For all of this, just let me say, quit taking the fucking piss. I wanna win tomorrow, I love to win today. Yeah, I like to win sometime. I need a special day, I need a special day. I wanna win tomorrow, I love it goes my way. I like a break from losing, I need a small fair play. All I want's a fair shake. I don't expect big wins, just every now and then, okay, so I can breathe again. Always getting beat and always falling flat, always losing out. I've had enough of that. I wanna win tomorrow, I love to win today. I like to win sometime. I need a special day, I need a special day. I wanna win tomorrow, I love it goes my way. I like a break from losing, I need a small fair play. I'm tired of 50-50s, always going south. Constant kicks in the balls, that can't be what life's about. It can't always be the other guy that has the easy life. Sometimes I wish it were just me, not simply trying to survive. I wanna win tomorrow, I love to win today. I like to win sometime, I need a special day. I wanna win tomorrow, I love it go my way. I like a break from losing, I need a small fair play. I lost some close friends in the freeze of 26. Severe cold from the North Pole created its death fix. To say my heart is broken would understate this fact. I don't know what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to act. I miss them already. My heart left so sore. The days I had were not enough. I truly wanted more. They were only little orphans that came to me each day. I'd feed them and love them, got some touches away. I'm counting the lives of those that are lost, all of the wildlife, incredible cost. I'm counting the lives and the loves I let down. Thought I was the ringmaster, turned out I'm just a clown. They would rub upon me, press against my legs. In their way it was a thank you, it allowed me to check. One was a little old guy, the other in his prime, but both were left so vulnerable to the big freeze this time. I'm counting the lives of those that are lost, all of the wildlife, incredible cost. I'm counting the lives and the loves I let down. Thought I was the ringmaster, turned out I'm just a clown. I put out some blankets and a small heating pad, left the tool shed door ajar. Neighbors thought me mad. The truth is it wasn't much. I didn't have the funds, do enough to make a difference, to even save just one. I'm counting the lives of those that are lost, all of the wildlife, incredible cost. I'm counting the lives and the loves I let down. Thought I was the ringmaster, turned out I'm just a clown. I look into the mirror, see the failure that I am. I've cost my dearest loves their lives, needed more than give a damn. If I just had the resources, there's a difference that I could have made in their protection, so much more that I should. The freeze itself's beyond me, not responsible for that, but my response and preparations failed each and every kid. I'm counting the lives of those that are lost, all of the wildlife, incredible cost. I'm counting the lives and the loves I let down. Thought I was the ringmaster, turned out I'm just a clown.
We all have limitations, some more than most, oftentimes within us, rarely worth the boast. They define what we can do, the stars that we reach. Most of us live within them, we neither learn nor teach. But there are some that just happen restrictions over time, limits that we didn't have, but now they do confine. Some are purely physical, they come with old age. They come upon all of us as we turn life's page. Limitation, they confine me. Limitation, now define me. Limitation, simply now condone. Limitation, branded on my soul. But others than that we create a failure of our own, perhaps. God forbid financial as our resources collapse. More than most these have me restrict what I can do. My bite of life is smaller and I struggle with the chew. Limitation, they confine me. Limitation, now define me. Limitation, simply now condone. Limitation, branded on my soul. I know I am a failure, this reality is mine. I bear my own limits, brought about in time. When they undo or hurt me, I've only self to blame. And so I simply write them out, living with the shame. But when these hurt someone else, someone that I love, my soul dies in frustration, simply cannot do enough. I watch my loved one die, knowing I'm no fucking use. Resource limitations is a poor man's excuse. Oh, limitation, they confine me. Limitation, now define me. Yeah. Limitations, simply now condone. Limitation, branded on my soul.
It's difficult to embrace all that I've done wrong. Each time I drop or fumble things, my reaction is so strong. I moan and I grumble, curse, use epithets, trying hard to avoid that this is who I am. I see the blame within me and say it loudly out, cursing my shortcomings, leave very little doubt. It's clear from the outset that this mistake is mine. I know that I'm a fuck up, have been for quite some time. If there was a prize for second place, I'd own it. If there was a chance to win it all, I've blown it. If anyone ever knew better, I've known it. If all was needed was a soft tough, I've stoned it. The thing that bothers me the most is how it's getting worse. I don't know if it is old age or am I under curse. Whatever is the reason, I wish that it would stop. Spend so much time in fuck-ups, it's almost half each job. If there was a prize for second place, I'd own it. If there was a chance to win it I wish I had my father standing by my side. He'd help me get it done right, would help restore my pride. But he's been gone for years now. I hear echoes of his words each time I screw up something or my efforts are absurd. I feel him watching over me, and I know he knows I tried. Perhaps that's why he's smiling, and I hear him, that's my boy. If there was a prize for second place, I'd own it. If there was a chance to win it all, I've blown it. If anyone ever knew better, I've known it. If all was needed was a soft tough, I've stoned it. I remember a time when I did things right the first time. That was a long time ago. I'm haunted by my failures and the people lost in time, by those no longer with me and the place no longer mine. All were once real to me, were with me in old days, but now are merely memories of a lifetime gone away. All my hopes unraveled, my wishes all untrue, falling by the wayside, lost in foggy dew. A life that I expected, one I believed was mine, lost within shortcomings of a life now in decline. They call it self-destruction, I call this my life. I've only got myself to blame, pointless now to gripe. They call it self-destruction, and I don't disagree. I've lost all of importance, now dream of memories, those that I relied on and others that I loved. Now I only see in dreams, which never seems enough. Places that I once lived, a life that I once had, they're no longer present in a now that feels so bad. They call it self-destruction, I call this my life. I've only got myself to blame, pointless now to gripe. They call it self-destruction, and I don't disagree. I've lost all of importance, now dream of memories. I no longer dream in hope of those I once aspired. Despair is now my only friend while I await hellfire. The people and the places, the monies and the joy, a life of warmth and sunshine, completely now destroyed. They call it self-destruction, I call this my life. I've only got myself to blame, pointless now to cry. They call it self-destruction, and I don't disagree. I've lost all of importance, now dream of memories. My own self was the culprit as I let myself down. I was a mere pretender to those that held the crown. I imagined I was someone good when that was never me, and now I'm left here longing, mere dreams of memories. They call it self-destruction, I call this my life. I've only got myself to blame, pointless now to gripe. They call it self-destruction, and I don't disagree. I've lost all of importance, now dream of memories. sticklebacks or minnows, I can't truly say. Shoals in the streams back in the day, small little fishes that captured the mind of a boy in his youth, now lost to time. Suspended in waters incredibly clear, they look back at me as I kneel down to stare. Not more than 2 inches, many smaller than that. Their eyes always interested in a little boy's chat. Small little fishes with small little lives, no greater plans than their existence as sprites. Small little fishes and a small little boy sharing a moment no longer enjoy. They listen to dreams of when he'd grow up, not with disdain, never in judge. Tiny observers of a little boy's dreams, their fins in applause, mouths inaudible screams. Small little fishes with small little lives, no greater plans than their existence as sprites. Small little fishes and a small little boy sharing a moment no longer enjoy. I stop and look back at their purpose in life, none less than mine, maybe just less strife. Did they know what their reason for being might be, as they floated in waters and looked out at me? When they heard of my plans, my dreams and my hopes, did they also have theirs? Were mine merely tropes? Had they heard all before? And were mine just the same? Did they wince at my passions, my search for fortune and fame? Small little fishes with small little lives, no greater plans than their existence as sprites. Small little fishes and a small little boy sharing a moment no longer enjoy. What did they think as I came and went? Were they amused by the short times I spent? Or did they not notice the boy in short pants? Thoughts of their fish life as they swam among plants. Small little fishes with small little lives, no greater plans than their existence as sprites. Small little fishes and a small little boy sharing a moment no longer enjoy. Small little fishes saw a little boy's dreams, open night suspicions from the clarity of a stream.
They crept upon him The years that he had lived, didn't see them coming, as through his life he'd drift. It was only in the mirror or a photo that he saw that the old man looking back sometimes brought him to a halt. Within his mind he still was young, at least his thoughts seemed so. And yet he was so out of sync, he simply didn't know. He hung around with younger folks, sometimes people half his age, listened to their music, harnessed all their rage. Sudden realization wasn't very kind. Sudden realization completely blew his mind. The sudden realization he'd finally come of age. Sudden realization, time to turn the final page. He married a young woman, a young couple in his head. He didn't recognize the truth, how old he seemed instead. When they went out together, they saw her with her dad, and the way that he flirted with her was really kind of sad. 'Twas only at retirement that suddenly he saw the reality of who he was. He began to withdraw. He saw himself through her eyes and felt so very old for what she saw within him, his nothingness unfold. Sudden realization wasn't very kind. Sudden realization completely blew his mind. A sudden realization he'd finally come of age. Sudden realization, time to turn the final page. He knew he was a nothing, an old nothing at that, deserved to live by himself, not the love that he'd grasped at. He had nothing left to offer, no money, future, fame. All that he had given her was his stupid fucking name. Sudden realization wasn't very kind. Sudden realization completely blew his mind. The sudden realization he'd finally come of age. Sudden realization, time to turn the final page.
It is the second coming, but not quite what we read. It's a low IQ ignorance that's here now instead. We can't believe what's happening, even try to understand, but it's beyond our comprehension how this fool's now in command. Each dog will have his day, regardless of his bark. The idiots that put him there were so far off the mark. They imagined he would save them or make their lives more rich, just never stop to realize they'd all become his bitch. Punish the innocent, beat up the weak, starve out the hungry, slap that other cheek. Punish the innocent, let the suffering begin. There's no room for the homeless, but reward for those who sin. It's the age of the bully. They glorify this act, encourage his malfeasance, create alternative facts, blow smoke up his asshole and never turn him down, while they're lying in their pockets with their noses long and brown. Punish the innocent, beat up the weak, answers he must give to explain his willful ignorance or the lies that he lives. He answers to no one, unguided as he is. Without a moral compass, he stinks of his own piss. Punish the innocent, beat up the weak, starve out the hungry, slap that other cheek. Punish the innocent, let the suffering begin. There's no room for the homeless, but reward for those who sin. Yet his day will be over once the clock runs out. The world will keep turning, of that there is no doubt. Those who write in history will wonder what they did, how they bent over backwards as he fucked them, God forbid. Punish the innocent, beat up the weak, starve out the hungry, stab that other cheek. Punish the innocent, let the suffering begin. There's no room for the homeless, but reward for those who sin.